My patience is over. I will use my force. I have walked through countless doors unnamed, worn many faces, none the same. But today, I carve it in the stone, the name that stands when I'm alone. This is the first time I will write a title born from endless night. The first title mine to make, from every loss and each heartbreak. No more echoes of borrowed praise, no more hiding in tangled phrase. This is the anthem of the flame, the line between the soul and name. I stand not here as someone known, but as the fire that stands alone. I am not just breath or skin, I am the storm that howls within. My first title is not from birth, nor gifted by the hands of worth. It comes from scars I dared to wear, from silence heavy in the air. I forged it not in books or pens, but in battles, falls, and bitter ends. In nights that pulled the stars away, I found the strength to name the day. Call me not by names you gave, I buried them in shallow graves. This is not your tale to tell, not your heaven, not your hell. I bled too long for borrowed grace, now I wear my own true face. I rise not for your applause, but for the fire beneath my cause. The first title it does not bend, it does not lie, it does not lend, it does not seek to entertain. It is the shelter in my reign. It's every no I turn to gold, every truth I couldn't hold. Now I write it bold and high, a banner screaming to the sky. I have no need for your command, no hunger for a borrowed stand. I am the ink, the quill, the flame. I write in blood my truest name. The first title is mine alone, not built of fame or hollow throne. It is the echo of my fight, the final shape of endless night. I walked through silence, clothed in rust, learning how to turn to dust. But from the ashes, cold and black, I built a spine that won't turn back. You see, the first title is not kind, it's not polite, it's not refined. It's wild, it's raw, it's carved in skin. It starts where fear once crept in. You may not read it in a book, or find it in the way I look. It won't be told in quiet halls, or whispered in the scholar's calls. The first title screams in war. It's the cry of nevermore. It's what I earned when all was lost. The price was high, I paid the cost. Call it rage, or call it grace. Call it mask, or call it face. But know that it is mine to keep, worn in waking and in sleep. It is not fragile, not pretend. It is not trend, and it won't bend. It's carved from fire, flesh, and stone. It is the mark of me alone. This title holds the weight of years, of broken dreams and quiet tears, of prayers unanswered, cries unheard, of every stolen, strangled word. It is not soft, it is a blade, forged in shadow, never afraid. It cuts through noise, through every chain. The first title, born of pain. No name was handed down to me that fit my truth or set me free. So I rose and shaped my own, a name that echoes in my bones. It doesn't shimmer, doesn't shine. It doesn't beg to be defined. It simply stands, unshaken, bare, the truth of me beyond despair. You cannot take what you did not give. You cannot name the way I live. Your titles fall like leaves in wind, but mine is burned into my skin. I do not carry shame or doubt. I scream what I was born without, and in that scream, I find my source. The first title, raw, in force. I am not what you expect, not a pawn or some defect. I am not a faded dream or a whisper in your scheme. I am chaos turned to will. I am silence trained to kill. And though you tried to take my voice, this title comes without your choice. I will not ask you to approve. I will not wait. I will not move. You had your time to recognize the fire behind my quiet eyes. But now I rise, and now I write the title blazing into night. The first of many, bold and proud, my truth no longer veiled or bowed. The first title is not for fame. It is not some poetic claim. It is a heartbeat turned to ink, a voice reborn upon the brink. It does not rhyme to please the crowd. It screams too fiercely, far too loud. It is not polished. It is not neat. It is the fire beneath my feet. It is the name I give my fight, the sound of fury turned to right, the hymn of every wound I wore, the echo breaking every door. It is the weight I carry still, but wear it now with iron will. It is not fiction, not disguise. It is the storm behind my eyes. Call it bitter, call it brave, call it the words I couldn't save, but it is mine, and that is all. The writing scrolled across my wall. I found it where my silence died, where all my screaming couldn't hide. Now every echo, every breath, sings the title, born of death. And from this title I will build a world that will not be stilled, with hands that shook, but never dropped, with feet that stumbled, but never stopped. I am the author, not the pawn. I am the dusk and I am dawn. The first title, forged in fire, a soul unbroken, climbing higher. Let history forget my face. Let dust consume this time and place. But let the title still remain, carved in bone and born of pain. Let every soul who walks alone know they, too, can claim their own. Let them rise with silent might and write their name into the night. For this is not the end, but start, a title born inside the heart, not given, stolen, bought, or sold, but fought for in the dark and cold. It is the song no one could mute, the single voice too loud to shoot. It is the crown I wear, not gold, but forged in all I dared to hold. This is not fiction, not a game. It's the fire behind the name. So take your books and close your doors. I have no use for borrowed wars. I have no thirst for shallow prize. I only want the open skies, where titles are not bought or paid, but born in those who are not afraid. So I will walk this road alone, with just my breath and blood and bone. And when they ask what name I claim, I'll burn it bright without their fame. The first title mine, not yours, not signed by kings or open doors. It came from ash, from wound, from flame. The first and final claim to name.